also here to observe our proceedings. You are most welcome. Honorable colleagues, we have some announcements. The first is coming from Honorable Princess Miriam O. Onoha, member representing Isiala Mbanu, Okigwe, Onimo Federal Constituency of Imo State. And message reads as follows. In view of the ongoing constitutional review process and the need for consensus building, I'm directed to warmly invite all members of the Southeast Caucus to a crucial meeting scheduled to hold as follows. Date, Tuesday, 28 October 2025. Venue, meeting room 1.07, House of Reps. Time, 2 p.m. That's after plenary. Signed, Honorable Miriam Odinaka Onoha. Honorable colleagues, we have another announcement coming from the Directorate of Inter-Parliamentary Relations and Protocol of the National Assembly. And the message is in respect of request for a benchmarking visit to the National Assembly of Nigeria by members of the Committee on Defense and Interior and the Committee on Security and Intelligence of the Parliament of Ghana. Leader of the House, please can you move that the House suspends its rules to admit the delegation of the Parliament of Ghana in specific Committee on Defense and Interior and the Committee on Security and Intelligence of the Parliament of Ghana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius C. Honvery, CON. Represent one federal constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that we suspend our relevant rules in order to admit into the chambers guests from the Republic of Ghana. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, highly respected colleagues, I stand to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I do second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Honorable Isiaka, you can please assist and usher them in. We have announcements, honorable colleagues, concerning the composition of an ad hoc committee. Earlier announced, only the membership is said to actually be made public. And it is my pleasure to announce the composition of the ad hoc committee to investigate pre-shipment inspection of exports and the non-repatriation of crude oil proceeds. The ad hoc committee will be headed by Honorable Sheyu Shomi, member coming from Lagos State, who will be the chairman. We'll have Honorable Osi Ikekama from Ebonyi, who will act as the deputy chairman. Members of the committee will comprise of Honorable Ibe Okwara Osonwa, Honorable Philip Abesi, Honorable Francis Ijorogene Waevi, Honorable Mohammed Omar Biom, Honorable Jesse Okejo, Honorable Isiaka Nasuru, Honorable Umar Mukhtar Zakari, Honorable Ambe Rodney Ibike Bina, Honorable Usman Banye, Honorable Said Musa Abdullahi, Honorable Mansour Musa, Honorable Garba Inua, and Honorable Idem Oyemi Josiah. This committee is charged with investigating the pre-shipment inspection regime of Nigeria's crude oil exports and the non-repatriation of export proceeds, with a view to identify lapses, improving accountability, and ensuring the full remittance of revenues due to the Federation. The committee is advised to commence work immediately and report back to the House within the period prescribed. Honorable colleagues, you may also recall that an ad hoc committee on tackling illegal mining was earlier constituted by this Honorable House to investigate and address issues relating to illegal mining activities across the country. In furtherance of the House commitment to a holistic and coordinated approach that addresses the broader challenges of resource exploitation, economic sabotage, and for related security and financial crimes, the committee is hereby renamed as the Ad hoc Committee on Mineral Exploitation, Security, and Anti-Money Laundering. The composition of the committee remains as previously constituted, which is as follows. Honorable Sani Igidi Abdurrahim from Kogi State, Chairman. Honorable Dali of Cholom, Plateau State Deputy. Honorable Oko Ime Basi, Member. Honorable Anemero Dekeri, Member. Honorable Namchi Paul Sonde, Member. Honorable Baraji Yusuf Kure, Member. Honorable Akinosi Olatunji Akami, Member. Honorable Okonko Uchenna Harris, Member. Honorable Awal Abdugwalabi, Member. Honorable Iro Michael Itaba, Member. Honorable Garba Umar Uba, Member. Honorable Yusuf Salis Majigiri, Member. Honorable Ozigi Mohammed Tijani, Member. Honorable Garba Koko Salisu, Member. Honorable Husseini Jalu Mohammed, Member. The committee is expected to investigate the extent, patterns, and actors involved in illegal mineral exploitation and trading in Nigeria, examine the security implications and linkages between illegal mining and organized criminal networks, review the existing legal and institutional framework governing mineral exploitation, and recommend reforms, identify and trace revenue leakages, illicit financial flows, and money laundering associated with mineral exploitation, recommend legislative, policy, and institutional measures to enhance accountability, coordination, and enforcement. This committee is to commence work immediately and report back to the House within the prescribed time frame. Honorable colleagues, we have a rescission of the resolution of the House on constitution of the Ad hoc Committee on the need to investigate and salvage the situation of federal roads in and out of Calabar, which has a number HR 36/07/2025. The above Ad hoc Committee has been constituted on Wednesday, 23rd July 2025, and it was also erroneously reconstituted on Wednesday, 22nd October 2025. That the House do rescind its resolution of Wednesday, 22nd October 2025 on the subject matter. This rescission will be taken in due course when we commence plenary in earnest. Honorable colleagues, it's my singular privilege and pleasure to inform you of the arrival of the delegation coming from the Committee on Defense and Interior and the Committee on Security and Intelligence of the Parliament of Ghana. Agalga, who is the Chairman, Committee on Defense and Interior, and with him, 7 members comprising of Honorable Itim Foljo, Honorable Peter Lancheni Tubu. Please, can you rise for recognition? Honorable Helen Adjoam Intoso. We have Honorable Isufu Mahmoud. We have Honorable Eric Nana Egem Prempe, and we have Hajia Aisha Salifu. You are most welcome. Please, members, can we appreciate them? Thank you. Please, you may sit down. We also have a Committee on Security and Intelligence, ably led by the Vice Chairman of the committee, who is Honorable Oscar Ofori Larbi. We have Honorable Kwabena Boaten. We have Honorable Richard Kwere, Honorable Bede Ziedeng Anwata Zumo. We have Honorable Nicholas Amankwa, and we have Honorable Charles Asukuo Owiredu, and we have Ms. Janet Anima Osei, who is the reporter and secretary to the delegation. You are most welcome. Please, let's appreciate them. You're welcome. Any member with petition? I start with the leader of the House.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere, CON, Onwa Federal Constituency, Edo State. I have a petition from one of my constituents, from the Bash Ali Boxing Project, basically asking for justice and intervention on some things that have happened to him in the last decade. I seek your permission and that of the House to make this petition. Thank you.
Any more petitions? Any petition? None? This petition is referred to the Committee on Public Petitions for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, we have some motions coming from some of our members here who would want your attention to consider them as urgent public importance, and I'll start with a motion coming from Honorable Abdullah El Rashid, member representing Duku Nafada Federal Constituency of Gombe State. Honorable Abdul Rashid, please can you rise and move your motion?
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Abdullah Rashid, member representing Duku Nafada Federal Constituency from Gombe State. I rise to Your Excellency, relying on Order 8.5 to present a motion of urgent public importance on the recent boat mishap in Nafada River that claims the lives of 5 persons in Nafada local government area, Gombe State. I so move, Your Excellency.
Honorable Jimmy Benson, can you sit properly, please? Go ahead. You are done? Are you done?
Can I go ahead and present?
No. Are you done with any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Seconder. Kalambi?
Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Yusuf Shitu Galambi. I represent Goran Federal Constituency from Jigawa State. I stand to second the motion, the first leg of the motion, as ably moved by Honorable Mr. Speaker. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion. My dear brother, Chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. I'm Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogao, and I represent the good people of Ikwa and the Zaza Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the second leg of the motion, able moved by my colleagues, that is very urgent to be heard. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Rashid, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the motion is on the recent boat mishap in Nafada River that claims the lives of 5 persons in Nafada local government, Gombe State. The House notes with deep grief the recent tragic boat mishap occurred in Nafada River of Nafada local government area, Gombe State, on Saturday, 25th October 2025, that claims the lives of 5 persons. The House further notes that the victims of the unfortunate incidents were 4 young girls and a boy between the ages of 15 and 18 years with bright future aspiration and determination to contribute positively to their communities and the nation, whose lives were abruptly cut short, leaving their families and communities in mourning. Aware that incidents of boat mishap across Nigerian waterways have become a recurring tragedy, continually claiming lives and heightening fear over the safety of water transportation, especially in rural and riverine communities. Aware that disturbed that unless relevant government agencies intensify their regulatory oversight and enforce strict compliance with maritime safety standards and operational guidelines, such devastating incidents will continue to occur. Accordingly, the House resolved to 1. Condole the families of the deceased of the people of Nafada local government and Gombe State as a whole, observe a minute silence in honor of the deceased souls, and urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, as a matter of urgency, provide relief materials and necessary support to the affected families and the grieving communities. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, Umar Ajilo is my name, member representing Makarfi Kudan Federal Constituency from Kano State. I rise to second the motions ably moved by my senior brother and colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Silence.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Yusuf Adamu Gagdi. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to move and apply under Order 8 Rule 4 to move a matter on urgent public importance on the persistent banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and flood disaster in Garga area of Kanam local government and other part of Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency of Plateau State, and to equally move and apply for a suspension of any relevant rule to allow this matter be moved. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg, Honorable Kuye?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Ademore Ali Ukuye. I speak for the good people of Shomolu Federal Constituency, and I'm from Lagos State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Gadi. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those
Right, Honorable Speaker, very distinguished colleagues, Honorable Shehu Alhaji Tapuki is my name. I represent Paskari, Kankara Sabwa. I'm from Katsina State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion, moved by my senior colleague, Honorable Gadgi. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate. Princess, Mr. Speaker says you should sit properly. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I am Yusuf Adamugagdi. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I am from Plateau State. Once again, thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, for this rare privilege to move this motion today. The House notes with grave concern the renewed wave of insecurity occasioned by banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and destruction of lives and property in Garga area of Kanam local government area of Plateau State and some part of Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency of Plateau State. The House, Mr. Speaker, further note that since 2022, there have been recurrent cases of attack, kidnapping, and other criminal activities perpetrated by armed bandits in collaboration with some local elements, including some few bad members of certain vigilant groups who aid and abet those criminal acts. Mr. Speaker, worried that recently the village head of Shuwaka, Malam Hudu Al-Hassan Musa, and that of Biribiang, Malam Zubairu Garba Usman, were kidnapped. And while Malam Hudu Al-Hassan Musa was later killed in his captivity, Malam Zubairu Garba Usman has remained in the hand of his abductors for over a month now. Disturbed, Mr. Speaker, that the attack have led to the destruction and burning of local markets, the rustling of hundreds of cattle, and the replacement of several rural communities who are now living in fear and uncertainty. Further disturbed, Mr. Speaker, that many farmers can no longer have access to their farmlands for fear of being kidnapped or killed by bandits, resulting in food insecurity, loss of livelihood, and worsening poverty across the affected part of the federal constituency, particularly the Garga area, as stated. Concern, Mr. Speaker, that the forest reserve within Wasay, Garga in Kanam local government area, and adjoining area extending to Taraba and Bauchi states have become a safe haven and operational basis for bandits and other criminal elements who launch attacks across the state boundaries. Also note, Mr. Speaker, that the devastating impact of heavy rainfall, floods, and rainstorm disasters that have destroyed farmland, homes, and critical infrastructure across several communities in Panshinkanke Kanam local government areas of Plateau State compounded the hardship already faced by the people due to issue of insecurity. Recall, Mr. Speaker, that I have previously moved 3 motions on the floor of this House under your own permission concerning the persistent security challenges and natural disasters affecting this constituency. Yet, the situation have continued to deteriorate due to inadequate security presence and insufficient humanitarian intervention. Cognizant, Mr. Speaker, that unless urgent and coordinated measures are taken by the relevant security agencies and emergency management authorities, the situation may degenerate further into a humanitarian crisis and a total breakdown of law and order in the affected area. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, the House resolved to urge the Chief of Defense Staff to establish a forward operation base in Garga area of Kanam local government area of Plateau State to enhance rapid response to banditry and kidnapping. Urge the Inspector General of Police to establish a divisional police headquarters in Gum area of Kanam local government to improve policing, intelligence gathering within the locality. 3, they urge the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense to establish divisional office in Gomlar area of Kanam local government area to strengthen interagency collaboration in tackling insecurity. 4, urge the Department of State Service to expand its special operation team to Kanam local government area and conduct periodic intelligence-led operation within Garga and other identified flashpoints. 5, urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction and Sustainable Development Goal, Disaster Management and Social Development, and the National Emergency Management NEMA to provide relief materials and rehabilitation support to victims of banditry, flooding, and rainstorm disasters, as well as farmers whose farmland have completely been destroyed. And finally, mandate the Committee on Police, Defense, National Security and Intelligence, Interior, Legislative Compliance to investigate and report back to the House while observing a minute's silence over the death of the district head of the village head of Shuaka that was killed by bandit. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder? Honorable Miriam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Miriam Odinaka Onoha. I represent Tisi Alambano, Onimo, Okigwe Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State. I rise to second this motion, ably moved by Honorable Gadi. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Police Affairs, Defense, National Security and Intelligence, Interior, and Legislative Compliance for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, shall we rise for a minute's silence, please? May his soul rest in peace. Honorable Ali JC, you have tricked me. I'm supposed to make some very important announcements today, but because you complained that you will not be around, I have decided to keep them in the office. If I had known you'd be coming, I would have at least make at least 5, 6 announcements. No, of course, very, very. Should we bring them from the office and announce since you are here? Oh, he's not around, leader. So we'll leave it until tomorrow. Honorable colleagues, the next motion is coming from Honorable Dr. Adedayo Samuel Adeshola, member representing Apapa Federal Constituency, Lagos State. Doctor, please, if you're around, can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Dr. Adeshola S. Adedayo. I represent the good people of Apapa Federal Constituency. I am from the Center of Excellence. I am from Lagos State. Right Honorable Speaker and my colleagues, I arise this morning to refer us to Order 8 Rule 5 to enable me move a motion of very important of importance to the public. And the motion is on the motion to stop further misuse of FIFA and CAF grants by Nigerian Football Federation. This motion is sponsored by me, myself, and co-sponsored by Honorable YK Felix Uche from Rivers State. I so move.
Honorable David, you want to second the first leg? Please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Agada, member representing Oju of the Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede son. I rise this morning to second this motion that has been ably moved by our own elder Dr. Honorable, that the motion is so urgent enough to be heard. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Emiragwa, you want to second the second leg? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name remains Boniface Emiragwa. I represent the people of Ikwerema Federal Constituency. I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise the second leg of this motion that is urgent enough to be heard. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Are we not supporting it, please? Well, let's hear if people are in support of that or not. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg, have we taken the second leg? Yes. Okay. Doctor, please proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my colleagues, honorable colleagues. I remain Dr. Adeshola Adedayo. I represent the good people of Apapa Federal Constituency from the state of aquatic splendor. I rise this morning to move a motion to stop further misappropriation of FIFA and CAF grants to the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF. The House will hear the recent lamentation of Mr. Sunday Ulise, a former skipper of the senior national team, also known as the Super Eagles, where he alleged that the Nigerian Football Federation is undermining the growth and development of soccer in Nigeria through the misappropriation of grants from both FIFA and CAF. He cited the questionable handling of US $1.0 million NFF, which was received from FIFA to prepare the Super Eagles for the 2002 World Cup. The House will further recall that between 2015 and 2025, NFF allegedly received developmental funds in excess of USD 25 million from FIFA and CAF, with nothing tangible and commensurate on the ground to justify the humongous capital inflow from these two continental and intercontinental soccer bodies. Further recall that in December 2016, FIFA sent an audit query to NFF over the misappropriation of the US $1.1 development grant to NFF. And it was reported that US $802,000 lacked proper documentation, prompting the sports minister, Solomon Dalong, former sports minister, to order an independent audit and ask NFF to account for the disbursements. Further recall that between 2018 and 2019, NFF officials, including the then president, Amaju Pini.
Honorable Yusuf Gadi, please, can I see you for a minute?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, faced public criticism and was subjected to EFCC and ICPC probes and court action tied to alleged mismanagement of various funds and sponsorship monies. One of these monies, US dollars 1.2 million, is the subject of a news item currently trending on social media, which NFF allegedly used to construct the stadium at Birnin Kebbi. Concerned that a physical inspection of the stadium in Birnin Kebbi showed substandard facilities in terms of quality and international standards, which cannot justify the sum of US dollars 1.2 million claimed to have been spent on the project by NFF. The Kenya Football Federation used the same amount of grants to develop world standard and well-equipped facilities, further raising eyebrows on the profligacy of NFF. Aware that with another African Cup of Nations around the corner and the World Cup playoffs waiting in the wings involving our national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, there is a need to take decisive action to stop further misuse of public funds by the leadership of NFF. The House therefore resolves, 1, to set up a special investigative audit committee to look into the activities and accounts of the Nigerian Football Federation from 2015 to date. 2, invite the leadership of NFF, both past and present, to appear before the Special Investigative Committee with records of activities, receipts, and disbursements from 2015 to date. Number 3, to take further actions as deemed appropriate to enhance the transparency and accountability of NFF and thereby restore national and international confidence in our NFF. I so move, Mr. Speaker, my colleagues.
Before I put the question, Doctor, I just want to be guided. Does this assignment require an ad hoc committee to conduct a review of the fact that there are straightforward issues which the standing committee can be able to do?
Right Honorable Speaker, if you follow what is going on the social media, there appears to be a consensus of opinion that the sports committee may not be able to handle this. I don't know for various reasons, for the reasons why they are saying so. And these are things that we need to know in order for our football to develop. We've been suffering so many defeats recently, and even the recent playoffs that we are going to play in Morocco should not have happened if NFF and our football authorities took very good control of all these things. So I think for this purpose, a special committee should be set up to find out what are the problems with NFF and other bodies that are associated with running to football in this nation. And Mr. Speaker, sir, you will know that football is one of those things that unite this country together. Anytime we are playing any other nation, you will see the patriotism in the blood of our citizens. So I believe that this is an important thing that the House should face, and that we should not treat it with levity, because the people outside there are watching how we are going to react to all these allegations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any comments before I put the question? Any comments? Well, let me get a second first. Who is second? Honorable Nweke.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, I'm Nweke Felix Uche. I represent Tai, Eleme, and Oyibo Federal Constituency. I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this very important motion and also call on our colleagues to do justice to it. Thank you.
Honorable Jajeri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I want to draw the attention of the mover of the motion, sir. I agree totally that there is a problem, in terms of FIFA funding to the NFF, and I want to inform Mr. Speaker and the mover of the motion that already the House Committee on Sports are on top of the situation, and we have even gone ahead to invite NFF to come and explain all the details to the Committee on Sports. So I think that it will not be necessary, sir, for us to, constitute an ad hoc committee, since the standing committee on in this area has already is already on top of the situation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
DS.
Your Excellency, my name is Benjamin Okizekalo. I represent the good people of Nigeria, starting from Bend, the Federal Constituency. Your Excellency, honorable colleagues, the motion on the floor, which seeks to remove the mandate of Sports Committee to an ad hoc committee, will weaken that standard committee. Excellency, you recall that the new chairmanship of this committee has shown energy, dedication, diligence, and has, in the few days that he has managed that committee, delivered important outcomes that is visible. Your Excellency, I will move that this responsibility still remain with that committee. And a motion order given for him to carry out this specific function as soon as possible. To always create all these ad hoc committees, even when the chairman and the subject matter are not really different from what the mandate parameters of the committee entails, may weaken the motivation of the chairman in that.
So, will you be prepared to make an amendment?
Yes, my amendment is that.
So please go ahead.
Instead of ad hoc committee, let it be referred to the standard committee of the House Committee on Sports, Mr. Speaker.
You have a contrary view, or you want to second? Okay, Honorable Kumu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am and remain Malam Usman Bello Kumu member.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, yes. Malam and a glorified Malam, sir. Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues, I rise to second the motion moved by the Deputy Speaker. But before doing that, sir, Mr. Speaker, I have the conviction that the current leadership of the Committee on Sports are able and capable to handle this matter well enough. Only that we should give them time frame and encourage them to do so that Nigeria will excel in all our appearances. It is on this note that I second the motion, an amendment, ably moved by my leader. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Sports for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, with your kind permission, I would want to recognize again Honorable James Agalga, MP, the leader of the delegation of the Ghanaian Parliament, who wants to say a word or two to us before he takes his leave with his committee.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable members of this House, I would like to, on behalf of my colleagues, extend our profound gratitude to you, Mr. Speaker, and honorable members, first of all, for allowing us entry into this House to observe proceedings. Our mission here is a benchmarking visit to the National Assembly to try to understudy the security architecture of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also to apprise ourselves of the workings of the committees responsible for the security sector. Following our arrival, Honorable Speaker, The National Assembly has extended courtesies to us. The reception has so far been very warm and cordial. We have paid a courtesy call on the clerk to the National Assembly. He took us through some of the functions and how the House is configured, the committees, and the administration of the National Assembly. Again this morning, we visited the clerk to this House. He was very warm and took us through the workings of the House. But most importantly, Mr. Speaker, we paid a visit to the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies yesterday, and that visit was very insightful for us. Nigeria has taken the lead in establishing an institute of that kind, which is designed to help build the capacities of members of this House and the Senate. That for us is an innovation, and upon our return home, we are going to raise the issue with Mr. Speaker to see how we can collaborate with the National Assembly for the training of members of our parliament, with the hope that with that kind of bilateral arrangement between us and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the National Assembly, our members' capacity can be enhanced in order that we can deliver on our mandate as the people's representative. In conclusion, Right Honorable Speaker, we bring to you fraternal greetings from our Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Alban Sumana Bagbin, and of course, the leadership of the House of Parliament of Ghana. I thank you very much for the opportunity given. We're grateful indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable James Agalga, for the visit and for your kind words. We wish you a happy stay in Nigeria and happy deliberations and safe journey back to Ghana. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is the second business of the day is the presentation of 3 bills, and I invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, 6 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, 6 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Forestry Guards Training Institute, Ankpa, Kogi State Establishment Bill 2025, first reading.
The third business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management on the request to implement new external borrowing in the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinance maturing Euro bonds, and issue a debut sovereign sukuk in the international capital market, standing in the name of Honorable Abubakar Hassan Al-Araba. Honorable members will recall that the request was referred to the committee on Thursday, 9th October 2025. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Al-Araba is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. Abubakar Hassan Al-Araba, OON Sadokin Lafia is my name. I represent the good people of Awedo Makana Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I am from Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, that the House do receive the report of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management on the request to implement new external borrowings in the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinancing maturity Euro bonds, and issue a debut sovereign sukuk in the international capital market. Mr. Speaker, I want to seek the leave of the House to present and submit this report. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around, please? Honorable Rashid, are you the deputy or a member? Okay, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Abdullah Rashid, member representing Dukunafada Federal Constituency from Gombe State, I rise to second the motion that the House do receive the report of the Committee on AIDS, Loans, and Debt Management on the request to implement new external borrowing in the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinancing maturing Eurobonds, and issue a debond sovereign sukuk in the international capital market. I so second, Your Excellency.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Nalaraba, please proceed and lay your report. The fourth business of the day is presentation of report of the committees on special duties and aviation on a bill for an act to amend the Nigeria Safety Investigation Bureau Act 2022 and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Frederick Y. Abedi. Honorable members recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Abedi is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker. You didn't call the ATM, which is the most important name I have. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable colleagues, Agbedi Yeitiemene Frederick is my name. I represent Sagbama Kremo Federal Constituency. I'm from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, Honorable colleagues, I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the committees on special duties and aviation on a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau Act 2022 and for related matters, HB 2108. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the deputy chairman of the committee around, please? No? The deputy is not around? Any seconder? As chair, public petition, Honorable Lauri.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members. Kwamochi Bitrus Lauri. I speak for the people of Jansanum and Lamode Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second that the report be submitted. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Fred, please proceed and lay your report. Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 2022 to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences Isoko Delta State and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ohovere, the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. This bill was read the first time on Thursday, 23rd October 2025. I'll now invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ionveri, CON, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 2022 to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences.
Can you please take your seat?
Delta State and for related matters. Senate Bill 105 be read the second time on the floor. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I most humbly rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader for the second reading of SB 105. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 2022 to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences, Isoko, Delta State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Nigerian FinTech Regulatory Commission in Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Fuad Kayode Laguda, honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 22nd July 2025. I now invite Honorable Laguda to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Fuad Kayode Laguda, representing the people of Surulere 1, Lagos State. I hereby stand before you today to present the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Nigerian FinTech Regulatory Commission in Nigeria and for related matters, HB 2389.
Any seconder? If you are from a rural part of Lagos, you are free to second this motion because it is moved by somebody from the urban part.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I see that your face is calm today, and that's because you went to visit your in-laws in Algeria. Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the smile is also different today, and I say akwaba, like our Ghanaian friends will say. And I also say ekabo, like my Yoruba people would say. Mr. Speaker, I stand today.
And can you say it in Algerian, in Arabic, for me to know that you are a complete gentleman?
In Ekwere, I say Emeka. In Arabic. In Igbo, Jekau. In Ibibio, Amedio.
You have tried.
Mr. Speaker, I stand today to second the motion ably moved by the representative from Surulere, Fuad Laguda. I still second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Laguda ordinarily would have just called for put the second question, but because of the nature of the establishment, I would want you to give us a small brief on what this FinTech is all about for members to be accordingly guided.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Once again, my name is Fuad Kayode Laguda, representing the people of Surulere 1, Lagos State. The background to this bill, Mr. Speaker, today is that the potential and the revolutionary financial landscape for the great nation, for this great nation of ours. The bill seeks to establish Nigerian FinTech Regulatory Commission, a regulatory body that will oversee and regulate the rapid growing FinTech industry in Nigeria. The need for this regulation has grown exponentially in recent years, with millions of Nigeria relying on digital payment platforms, mobile money service, and other FinTech products for their financial transaction. However, the lack of a clear regulatory framework has led to concern about commercial protection, financial stability, and prevention of financial crimes. The objective of the bill, Nigerian FinTech Regulatory Commission Bill, is to aim to provide clear regulatory framework for the FinTech industry, ensure that operators comply with the established standards and guidelines, protect consumers by ensuring that FinTech companies operate fairly, transparently, securely, and promote innovation in FinTech sector will minimize risk to financial stability.
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Ooh.
Here, sir.
Is somebody calling for point of order? Yes, leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I have observed consistently and persistently that we flout our rules, particularly Ordinary Rule 1. in arguing our bills. Ordinarily, once you present the bill by our order, you just give us your argument in support, not to read through a document as if you are a newscaster. So I want us to begin to make that correction, sir. Thank you.
So, Honorable Forward, please take correction. Next time, talk to your bill, not read what you have, so that people will know that at least you have mastery of the subject matter.
I stand corrected, Mr. Speaker, sir.
You're welcome. So, honorable colleagues, you have heard about the bill. With your kind permission, we'll go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill go for second reading, say aye. Those against, you say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act provides for establishment of Nigerian FinTech Regulatory Commission in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Banking Regulations, Digital and Electronic Banking, Science and Technology, and Committee on Communications for further legislative action. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Human Resources Management to make provisions, among other things, for membership and control of the profession of human resources management and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Zakaria Dauda Nyampa. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 22nd May 2025. I now invite Honorable Zakaria to move that the bill be read a second time. Is Honorable Zakaria around? I've not seen him. No? This bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the constitutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, Cap C23, laws of the Federation of Nigeria, to create additional local government areas in Benue State and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable David Agada Ugeu. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 14th October 2025. I'll now invite Honorable David to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I still remain Ogel David Agada, member representing Oju or Bifera constituency. I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede son. I rise this afternoon to move a bill for an act to alter the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, Cap C23, laws of the Federation of Nigeria, to create additional local government area in Benue State and for related matter, HB 2527. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Oga.
Thank you, the most performing speaker. I remain Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Oga Owen. I represent Ikwo and Ezasa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from the state where you have the most performing governor in Nigeria. I stand this afternoon to second the motion, a motion that the bill for second reading of this bill, sponsored by my friend and my colleague, should be read second reading. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, Cap C23, laws of the Federation of Nigeria, to create additional local government area in Benue State and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislative action. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Federal College of Orthopedic Technology and Therapy, Ramupi Kirom, Port Harcourt, River State, to provide for courses leading to the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in orthopedic technology and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Blessing Shigeru Amadi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 14th October 2025. I now invite Honorable Amadi to move that the bill be read a second time. Is Honorable around? Honorable Shigeru? Around? No? This bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Proceeds of Crime Act and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Yusuf Adamugadi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 23rd July 2025. I now invite Honorable Gadi to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, once again, Yusuf Adamugadi, I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for a bill for an act of Proceeds of Crime Act, Recovery and Management, and for related matters, HB 2447. Standing in my name, I so move, Mr. Speaker, to be read.
I don't think if there is any better qualified person to second this than Honorable Mikey, for obvious reasons. So, Honorable Mikey, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I am Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malamuru Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion heavily moved by my main man, Right Honorable Yusuf Adamugadi, the Loba boy. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Honorable Gadi, you need to explain further because this is an interesting bill.
Thank
I'm
you,
sure
Mr.
members will be very interested in knowing what the provisions of these bills are.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In explaining, I want to say once again, I am Yusuf Adamugadi. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, this is one of your efforts in reforming the anti-corruption sector. Last week, we have...
Order, please. That man with red cap. That man with red cap from Kano. Can you sit properly?
Mr. Speaker, he is having a conversation on how he can defect to APC. So I think it's a conversation that is welcome.
Yes, I'm sure that is the subject matter he's discussing with Honorable Jafar. We wish him all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you are undertaking a reform of the security sector. So also the House under your leadership is equally carrying out a reform on anti-corruption sector. And that is why last week we passed a second reading on a bill to amend the act establishing the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. And you cannot adjust the act establishing the Economic and Financial Crime Commission without equally adjusting if a thorough reform should be made on the anti-corruption sector.
Honorable Baba, please, can you find your seat?
You must equally adjust and amend the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Act as well as the Money Laundering Act. So thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleague. Mr. Speaker, in leading this debate on the general principle of the bill to amend the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Act number 92 of 2022 and for other related matters, I want to say, Mr. Speaker, that we have established that there is an existing gap in the Proceeds of Crime and Recovery Management Act that is not allowing the agency superintending over this to act effectively. And that is why there is a need to provide a legal framework, unified legal framework for the recovery, management, and disposal of proceeds of crime and lawful activities in Nigeria. It was a landmark legislation, Mr. Speaker, that was established to strengthen the fight against corruption. But the fight against corruption, money laundering, and economic and financial crimes. However, Mr. Speaker, in the course of implementation of this legal framework, there exist some certain legal gaps, particularly in terms of procedure, in terms of that become apparent. And as a result of that, we need to make this adjustment in order to effectively ensure that the Act have facilitated in the non-conviction base of forfeiture, as well as protecting whistleblowers and safeguarding witnesses. If this bill is adjusted to protect the right of a whistleblower, safeguard the witness that is invited in court to make testament against some certain corruption cases, as well as ensuring that the non-conviction-based forfeiture is equally addressed. Mr. Speaker, the general objectives are few. One, like I have said, to strengthen the legal framework of non-conviction-based forfeiture by expressively providing recovery of property that is rationally suspected to be a proceed of crime and unlawful activities, even without a criminal conviction. Mr. Speaker, it will equally provide for whistleblower and witness protection mechanism under a new Section 81 of the Act, empowering relevant agencies to receive, investigate, and act credibly on credible information while ensuring safety of the whistleblower. It will equally strengthen and streamline judicial procedure by defining clearly the timeline for publication response and hearing of forfeiture application. That will equally help in that regard. Mr. Speaker, it will recognize virtual assets and digital proceeds of crime by establishing a national confiscated wallet for the virtual asset to be managed by the Central Bank of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as so many other advantages if this amendment is carried. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the Proceeds of Crime, Recovery and Management Bill 2025 is a forward-looking reform aimed at consolidating Nigeria anti-corruption architecture. It will make asset recovery more efficient, enhance transparency and accountability, and build public confidence in the judicial system. By supporting this bill, Mr. Speaker, we will be strengthening the institutional and legal capacity of our nation to trace recovery and manage proceeds of crime both within and outside the borders of Nigeria. I therefore respectfully, Mr. Speaker, urge the honorable colleagues, members of the House of Representatives, to lend their full support to this amendment and allow it to read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Gadi. I'm sure members are more informed now about the content and intent of this bill. So without any waste of time, I will go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill will be allowed to go for second reading. Say aye. Those against, you say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Proceeds of Crime Act, Recovery and Management and for related matters, second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Financial Crimes for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedics Hospitals Management Board Act to establish Orthopedic Hospital Rigasa, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Hussaini Mohammed Jallo. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 16th October 2025. I now invite Honorable Jallo to move that the bill be read a second time.
Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, I'm Hussaini Mohammed Jallo, representing Igebe Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. A bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act
and to establish orthopedic hospital Rigasa in the Federal Constituency of Kaduna State and for related matters HB 2458 for second reading, sir.
Honorable Kelechi.
The right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name remains Honorable Kelechi Nwogu, representing the people of Nigeria, starting from Echie Omuma Federal Constituency. I rise to second the motion moved by my respected colleague. I so move.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is of it. This is a straightforward bill. It doesn't require much explanation. It's an establishment bill. So with your kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill be allowed to go for second reading, say aye. Those against should say nay. That is of it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Orthopedics Hospital Management Board Act to establish Orthopedic Hospital Rigasa, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Specialty Healthcare for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is a motion on the need to complete the construction of multipurpose dam project in Kajola Village, Ile-Ife, Osun State, standing in the name of Honorable Ajil Lesoro Taufik Abimbola. Honorable Ajil Lesoro is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, my leaders and fellow colleagues. My name is Honorable Taufik Abimbola Ajilesoro. I represent the fantastic people of Ife Federal Constituency in Osun State. Mr. Speaker and the House, and from the source. I rise to move a motion on the need to complete the construction of multipurpose dam project in Kajola Village, Ile-Ife, Osun State. The House knows that the contract of the construction of multipurpose dam project in Kajola Village, Ile-Ife, was awarded to Renault Constructions Company Nigeria Limited on the 21st December 2004 for the sum of 2,243,374,702 naira 75 kobo. Only and was to be completed within 24 months. The House also recalls that soon after the award, the contractor mobilized to site in 2008 and commenced construction work on the dam. But regrettably, only 40% completions were recorded before the work was abandoned due to paucity of funds. The House is aware that on 13th of December 2011, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, through augmentation by the Bureau of Public Procurement (BPP), arrived at new contract sum of 10,870,666,209.48 kobo, only with additional completion period of 24 months, January 2020 to December 2021. The House also aware that on 15 December 2022, the revised estimated total cost was submitted for the project in the sum of 22,585,410,148 naira 33 kobo only. The House concerned that the abandonment of the project has become a source of concern to the people, as the project is intended to provide bulk domestic water supply for the inhabitants of 11 local government areas between Osun State and the neighboring Ondo states. Convinced that multipurpose dam, when completed, has the capacity to be used for hydropower generation, food control, irrigation development, and fishery, as well as creating employment opportunity. The House now resolves: 1, mandate the Committee on Public Accounts to investigate the status of the projects to ascertain the amount of funds released to the contractors from 2004 to date for the purpose of accountability and effective use of taxpayers' money. 2, also mandate the Committee on Water Resources to liaise with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources to ensure funds are allocated for the completion of the abandoned Ile-Ife multipurpose dam project in 2006 budget estimates. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Akin Alabi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Akin Alabi, and I represent the good people of Egbeda Onara Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this motion, ably moved by Honorable Ajilesoro, also second.
Amendment.
Honorable Sada.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, representing Jibia Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, this is a very good motion, but I would like to amend Order Prayer 2 with reference to Order 20, Rule 6, 1, 2, Roman 1 and 2, with reference to public accounts. Since this motion is requesting public accounts to investigate this matter, so I think it's not desirable for the Committee on Water Resources to liaise with the Minister of Water Resources to give more money to fund this project. Let us wait for the public accounts to do a thorough investigation on the matter, on the public expenditure and allocation releases of money, so that from there, when the report is tabled before the House, the Committee on Water Resources can take it up and liaise with Water Resources and see more funds are given to this project. That's just my view, Mr. Speaker.
So, Honorable Agiles Orum, because you made two prayers that are contradictory to each other, you can't ask for investigation and at the same time ask for allocation. It's as if you are preempting one before the other. So you have to choose between the two prayers, which one you want us to maintain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I already discussed with my leader, although Committee on Water Resources can do both jobs, but he said he preferred public accounts. But me, my own opinion, I will settle for prayer 2, so that when they investigate, they can also make a proper recommendation for funding. So I will choose to delete the option 1 and go for option 2.
Any seconder to the amendment of prayer 1 or deletion of prayer 1? High Chief.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, and my awesome colleagues, strategic partners, and allies. I salute you. My name is Honorable High Chief Kenny Small Chukwugozie Nwachukwu. I am from Imo State, Nigeria, and I represent the great and awesome people of Olo, Osu, and Oru East Federal Constituency. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my ally, my powerful colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Where am I? Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Water Resources for further legislative action. Honorable Sada, take note. The ninth order of the day is a motion on the need to rehabilitate the Kano to Kari highway to alleviate the suffering of commuters. Standing in the name of Honorable Yusuf Shitu Galambi and 7 other honorable members. Honorable Galambi is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Yusuf Shitu Galambi. I represent Gwaram Federal Constituency, and I'm from Jigawa State. Standing to move the motion for the need to rehabilitate the Kano to Kari highway to alleviate the suffering of commuters. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, please note that the Kano-Kari Highway, traversing 3 states, stretching through Wudil,
Order, please.
Garko, Sumaila, and Taka local government areas in Kano State, Birnin Kudu, Gwaram local government area in Jigawa State, and Shira, Giade, Misau local government area in Bauchi State is a critical road connecting several key towns in northern Nigeria. Also note that the road forms a critical part of the larger highway network in Nigeria, enabling the movement of people, goods, thereby boosting socio-economic activities of the nation. Aware that in 1999, owing to the deteriorating nature of the highway, the Federal Executive Council approved the total rehabilitation of the highway, and as such, the project was awarded for execution. Alarmed that the road remains in deplorable conditions, inhibiting free flow of traffic with attendant consequences on socio-economic activities of the area. Disturbed that the deteriorated state of the road is aiding criminal activities such as robbery and other criminal vices. Cognizant that a good number of people in the affected areas are agrarians, thereby routinely making use of the road to convey farm produce and cattle to various parts of the nation for market purposes. Concerned that at the moment, vibrant weekly markets in the aforementioned towns have now become significantly degraded due to the bad condition of the road. Also concerned that the continued neglect of the road has adverse effects on revenue generation, both to government and private farmers alike, including the loss of lives and the perpetuation of criminality on the road, which will continue unabated. The House resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Works to undertake total rehabilitation of the Kano-Kari Highway. 2, also urge the Ecological Office of the Federation to address failed portions of the road in Sara, Gwaram local government area, Jigawa State. Mandate the Committee on Legislative Compliance and Works to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to this motion? Any seconder? Honorable Jafaru.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Jafaru Yakubu. I represent Bali Gasol Federal Constituency. I stand this morning to second the motion ably moved by my boss and my colleague, Honorable Shitu Galambi, for the need to rehabilitate the Kano to Kari Highway to alleviate sufferings of commuters. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion, is it an amendment? Eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Afolabi Afuakwe. I represent the group of people of the South Federal Constituency. The importance of this motion cannot be overemphasized. But I want to call our attention to the fact that no mention of funding of this project actually mentioned. You only ask the Minister of Works to work and ecological. But how about the funding? I think the motion should have asked for money to carry out this project. Because it was first awarded in 1999, and up till now, we are not sure whether this is funded in the budget or anywhere. So to me, I want the amendment to read that the next budget should provide for funding for this project. That's my amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to this amendment? Honorable, can't see the face properly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I pardon my very right honorable speaker for forgetting my name. It's been a while. My
I
name
can
remains
never
Femi
forget
Bankile.
your name. It's just that I didn't see the face properly. Bashile. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Another amendment, Honorable Okonta.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Chris Nkwanta, and I represent the good people of Fukwa East and West Federal Constituency in Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I'd like us to expunge prayer number 2, because prayer number 1 says that Federal Ministry of Works should undertake total rehabilitation of the road. And then prayer number 2 is also urging Ecological Office of the Federation to address failed portion of the road. I do not think that prayer number 2 should be sustained. I so amend, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
But look at it properly. The prayer number 1 is in respect of Kanu-Kari Highway, while prayer number 2 is in respect of Sarah Gwaram Local Government Area, Jigawa State. I thought they are 2 different roads altogether, unless if the mover did not actually clarify properly.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, my position is that Federal Ministry of Work should be in a position to handle this project and not the Ecological Office. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, let's hear from the sponsor what he has to say. Why did you choose ecological?
Why I choose ecological here is there is ecological problems in that area, which right now, that portion of the road is about to cut off. That's why I use ecological office.
Did the body of your motion speaks about ecological degradation? Is it?
No.
Has it? If
No.
it does not, then you cannot put ecological as part of your prayers. Unless if part of the road, the damage on the road includes aspects of ecological degradation, then it is okay for you to actually include. But if it is not, I tend to agree with Honorable Okonta that
Just because of the
including
nature
ecological is irrelevant as far
portion
as
of the road how it is now, which is has ecological challenges seriously, and is about to.
Okay.
The road is about to cut off.
Any seconder to the amendment from Honorable Okonta?
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay, understood. Any seconder to this amendment? Honorable Bapa.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, my name is Aliu Bafa Misau, representing Misau Dambam Federal Constituency. I stand to second the amendment moved by a colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion, those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Works for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day, the 10th order of the day is a motion on promoting sustainable green practices in the 3 armed zones, standing in the name of Honorable J.C. Okejoy. Honorable Joy is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Barrister J.C. Okejo Onakalus. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I represent the Nigerians, especially the habit of Lagos, Ochudi Solo. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I have a motion here promoting sustainable green practice in the three-arm zone in Abuja. The House notes that the alarming rate at which trees and green space are being indiscriminately felled within the National Assembly complex and within the three-arm zone vicinity under the disguise of development, construction, and farming. The House also knows that these ongoing construction projects aimed at enhancing infrastructures are being executed without adequate environmental impact assessment or documented plan for reforestation or green replacement measures. The House further notes that a drive out of the National Assembly
Order, please. Members, order, please. Order, please. Please, order, please, let's sit down. Order.
Order, please. Order, order.
Engineer. Order, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the Chief Whip for your protection.
Honorable Kasale, please be seated.
The House further notes that the ongoing construction projects aimed at enhancing the infrastructures are being executed without adequate environmental impact assessment or documented plan for reforestation or green replacement measures. The House further notes that a drive out of the National Assembly and the surrounding three-arm zone, heaps of firewood are now visibly littered across the area, clearly indicating that the felled trees are being harvested for commercial and domestic use without any regulatory oversight or consideration for environmental sustainability. Disturbed that the unchecked removal of trees not only contribute to environmental degradation, heat wave, and soil erosion lost, but also contradict Nigerian commitment to climate change mitigation, sustainable development goals, and the East National
Honorable Kalamba and Honorable David, please, can you maintain order, please?
Cognizant that the National Assembly being the symbol of democratic governance.
Please, let's pay attention, please.
Mr. Speaker, thank you again for your protection. That the National Assembly, being a symbol of democratic governance and a beacon of leadership, must lead by example in advancing policies and practices that promote sustainable environmental protection and possibly responsible urban development. Aware that the National Assembly, the Speaker has consistently advocated for climate action, environmental stewardship, and promote green initiative, as so the National Assembly should reflect this vision in words and action. The House therefore resolved to mandate the clerk of the National Assembly to immediately implement a tree replacement policy, ensuring that every tree cut down, at least 3 indigenous species are replanted in the area. Also mandate the National Assembly management in collaboration with the Federal Capital Territory Authority to develop and enforce green infrastructure development framework that integrate tree preservation, landscaping, and ecological protection into all future construction plans in the three-arm zone. Further, maintain the Committee on Environment and Habitat, FCD, to liaise with the Federal Capital Development Authority, the Ecological Fund Office, and relevant environmental protection agencies to conduct a thorough auditing of all the tree space lost to recent construction and farming within the zone, and establish a legislative green task force to drive and monitor environmental sustainability efforts within the President of National Assembly. 4, to condemn in strong terms the indiscriminate felling of trees and destruction of green area within the National Assembly and three-arm zone. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I hereby move this motion. Thank you.
Any seconder to this motion?
Part of the party.
My brother from Plateau.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleague, I am Ajang Alfred Ilya, member representing the good people of Just South and Just East Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this motion, heavily moved by my brother.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Who is raising a point of order?
I'm coming under Order H, Rule 6, under personal explanation. My colleague here is not properly dressing, and I don't think it is good like this to address the
Honorable Lilia, stand up for
Order
recognition.
8, Rule 6, under personal explanation. Order 8, Rule 6, under personal explanation.
Honorable Lilia, can you stand up for the House to see whether you are properly dressed or not? But it is okay. It's more like a safari, but I don't know. It doesn't appear to me as if he's not well dressed.
Order, please.
What these people doing in here now?
Your point of order is noted. Honorable Lilia, improve tomorrow. Improve a little. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Environment and Habitat and Federal Capital Territory for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day is a motion on the need to connect
Order, please.
Ode Ishekiri town in Wari South local government area of Delta State to the national grid, standing in the name of Honorable Thomas Array Tomi. Honorable Thomas is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleague, Array Tomi Thomas is my name. I represent the people of Warri South, Warri North, and Warri Southwest. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleague, I'm from Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move the motion on the need to connect Ode Shekiri town in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State to the national grid. The House notes that the provision of electricity, water, and other social facilities is critical for sustainable development in any society and is a fundamental responsibility of the government. Also note that electricity transmission and distribution companies are mandated to provide electricity and connect all parts of the country to the national grid through functionable substations, transformers, and other electricity supply apparatus. Further note that Ode Shekiri in Warri Southwest local government of Delta State, which is the ancestral home of the Shekiri people, is one of the first autonomous communities in the states with close proximity to Warri City. Aware that many households and businesses in Ode Shekiri are currently powered by small inefficient diesel generator, which is very expensive to run, environmentally damaged, and strive to socio-economic activities of the people. Concerned that the only intervention in the areas of rural electrifications of the community provided by Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commissioner, the SOPADEC, was the rehabilitation and extensions of electricity infrastructure. Also concerned that Ode Shekiri is not connected to the national electricity grid and have the only electricity supply, a situation that has hampered economic activities and by extension, the general development of the area. Aware that due to the absence of electricity supply from the national grid, the people feel neglected and marginalized despite being a significant oil-producing area. Cognizance of that connecting Ode Shekiri to the national grid will grant the people access to clean, safe, and reliable energy, as well as enhance socio-economic activities therein. Resolve to 1, urge the Federal Ministry of Power to ensure the provision of electricity in Udishakiri, Warri South local government area of Delta State by connecting the area to the national grid. 2, mandate the Committee on Power to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleague, I so move.
Any seconder? Peter the Rock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name still remains Honorable Peter Anyekwe, the Rock of the House. I represent the good people of Anambra East, Anambra West Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Anambra State. I stand this morning to second the motion moved by our own leader, Right Honorable Thomas. I so move. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This bill is referred to the Committee on Power for further legislative action. The 12th order of the day is consideration of 3 bills standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehovere, the House Leader. The House Leader will move for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ehovere, CON, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Rise to move that SB 847 and SB 49, as well as HB 500, be considered by the House. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion for consideration of the said 3 bills listed in the order papers as numbers 12, 13, and 14. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. The Leader, please can you move for the House to resolve to the Committee of the Whole to consider these reports?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that the House will resolve to Committee of the Whole to consider the reports listed in the order paper for today. I so move.
Minority Leader.
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. The House hereby resolve to the Committee of the Whole. Honorable colleagues, the first bill to be considered is for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Beni Kurukuru, Warri South East Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry as well as to communities affected by oil and gas operations and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader, Honorable Professor Julius Hovering. Honorable, please can you give us a synopsis of the bill?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I ordinarily will give a synopsis based on what is on this document, but I have a few reservations, and I think I will need more information on it, because it wants to create a hospital for oil and gas workers. Now, all the companies, exploration, production companies in that sector have very well equipped and functioning hospitals for their staff. Shell has, Exxon has, Chevron has, Total, even NNPC has. So why are we spending federal money to create another one for the same workers that are already enjoying extensive and access to that kind of hospital? So I would want, with your permission and permission of my colleagues, that we will need to look more into this document, to step it down, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Waive.
Recognition to contribute to the debate. Mr. Speaker, Francis Ejirogade Waives by name. I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. Most of the health facilities that these companies have in the Niger Delta region are strictly speaking for their staff and families of their staff. What they have for communities are not things you can write home about. This is evident everywhere you go in the Niger Delta. So I want to appeal that government will not abdicate its duties to its own people, the Nigerian people in the Niger Delta. So it's government responsibility, and I think that this bill should be allowed to go. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues. My dear colleagues, whilst the spirit behind this bill might be well-intended, like Honorable Waife argued, but the bill itself is a very bad bill. I've looked at it, and I don't think that we can navigate through this very, very unclear route now. I think that what the House Leader suggested, that we step it down, we're not killing it, send it back to the originator to look at it, and then come up properly with his intentions before the Parliament so that we can proceed. If you want me to go through and give you some clear examples, if you look at clause 3C, where he talked about 3 persons to be recommended by the host community. We didn't define host community in the bill. It's just open-ended, in as much as a place was named as the location for the hospital. Now, if you look at D, he also suggested representatives of each of the following oil companies. He only listed IOCs. There are local oil companies that should also be part of this that are interested. Even NNPC is not listed. Seplat, Aito, Energy, Oando, Adlax, there are so many of them that we completely omitted. So just on and on, there are several aspects that the sponsor of this bill need to tidy up and bring back before us. So I will pray that rather than waste parliamentary time, we go along with the House Leader, step it down, call his attention to these things, and then let him represent. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's take 2 more, and then we put the question as to whether we should step it down or not. Honorable Isiaka.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Ibrahim Ayakunle Isiaka. As much as I always detest joining issues on bills, Mr. Speaker, by mere saying that to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, it's abnormal, sir. And
the unusual thing, based on what Honorable Waive mentioned, this bill is intended to establish a hospital for workers, not for the community. And your argument was for communities, but that is not what is captured in the in the body of the bill. It is intended for workers. So will that make any difference to your earlier stand? If what the bill is talking about is workers, not communities. Just a minute, Isaka. Yeah. I hope you understand, if it is for workers, and based on what the leader of the House has mentioned,
yes, sir,
there are not less than 4 different hospitals meant for workers in that particular area.
That's why I'm attesting to this. I've been an oil worker, Mr. Chairman, in seat, sir. I've been an oil worker, and I know about multinationals, top-notch facilities to have. And if we announce, if it's for communities, yes, everybody will key into that. But even mere diluting it with oil workers, it has defeated the entire thing. And as the leader said, they should take this thing back and have a clean-up of it and reintroduce it so that we'll be able to have a proper perspective of what they're actually looking for. But mere saying for oil and gas workers is abnormal, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Sada, with this information, do you still want to? Yeah, okay. So, by the leave of the House, we step down this bill. The second bill to be considered is for an act to provide for establishment of Project Development Agency, PRODA, Enugu to be charged with the board function of generating and catalyzing industrialization by carrying out industrial research from laboratory stage to the pilot plant stage, and by rendering consultancy services to government, industries, and individuals aimed at facilitating the domestication and industrialization of technology for socio-economic advancement of Nigeria and for related matters. Again, standing in the name of the House Leader. The House Leader is invited to give synopsis of this bill.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I think PRODA has been in existence for decades and has been doing excellent work, especially in the area of research and fabrication. I have been made to understand that in spite of its long existence, there was no enabling law legitimating its activities, which is really amazing. Since that is the case, I think my colleagues should let it go. We'll be appropriating funds. We'll be oversight in them. It's just like NBIAS that we took last week that has been in existence but without a law. So I would think that this is very clear, straightforward. They need a law to give them legitimacy and to also give us the rest of mind that we are not putting money in organizations that are not registered. I move that we pass this. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Observation concerning what? Sorry? Concerning what?
Concerning this very bill, sir. I want to observe that PRODA I know for over 40 years. I was in Enugu. I know they exist. I know they were doing their function properly. So it is an aberration, to my understanding, how such an establishment exists for so long a time without an act of parliament. And what about the funds that they were being allocated to? How were they spent? And on which authority they were spending those money? So
I don't think if leader, if it is the proper venue for us to discuss about that. The issue is they don't have an act. So it's not an issue that you need to now begin to find out whether or not, at this level of committee of the whole, is not meant for debate. It's not meant for debate. It is just to justify whether it is needed or not, just like the way we discussed about the earlier bill, and also challenge the provisions based on the proposed amendment areas, if they are okay or not. But for us to now begin to debate on why 40 years after
Your Excellency,
they don't have an enabling act, I don't think if it is the right forum to speak about, to discuss about
My only
that.
worry, Your Excellency, sir, funds that has been appropriated to this agency, on which authority? That's exactly my worry, sir.
As I said earlier, Leader, this is not the right forum for us to discuss about that.
Okay.
If we all accept that they don't have an enabling act, and there is a need for them to have one, so what's the problem?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay? Yes, Isiaka.
Thank you very much, Chairman Ibrahim Ayokone Isiaka. I just want to clarify that PRODA is one of the agencies in the country that they are doing well, but unfortunately, maybe due to oversight or they have not been a bit careful for them to have oxygen of legislation. So, and coming this route, Mr. Chairman, sir, is a proper thing because we still have many of them in that category. I'm just trying to address my leader about it, that
Thank you.
We put life into them so through the legislation so that they can be properly regulated. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. So, honorable colleagues, I would want to refer you to the clauses 1 to 46, the schedule and the long title of the bill for your consideration. We start with clauses 1 to 5, carried. 6 to 10, carried. 11 to 15, carried. 16 to 20, carried. 21 to 25, carried. 26 to 30, carried. 31 to 35, carried. 36 to 40, carried. 41 to 46, carried. The schedule, carried. The long title of the bill, carried. Thank you very much. The honorable colleagues, the third bill to be considered is for an act to repeal the Nigeria Institute of Transport Technology Act Cap N16, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and to enact the Nigeria Institute of Transport Technology Act to provide for full-time and part-time courses of instruction and training for the general development of transport and logistics sector of the Nigerian economy and for related matters. Again, standing in the name of the House Leader. This bill is just a recommittal to delete and reenact two clauses. It was earlier presented before the House and sent back from Mr. President with two observations. So this is just to cure the two areas Mr. President observed. So those are clauses 18 and 20 and the long title of the bill. So, honorable colleagues, with your kind permission, we'll go ahead and read the two. Clauses 18, clauses 20, long title of the bill. God bless you. Thank you very much. Leader of the House.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do resolve to plenary for the chairman, then acting as Speaker, to give a report to the House on the outcome of the deliberations of the Committee of the Whole. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do revert to plenary to report progress. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House has reverted back to plenary. Right, honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Beni Kurukuru, Wari South East Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, as well as to communities affected by oil and gas operations and for related matters. And during the deliberation, the House in the Committee of the Whole approved to step down consideration of this bill for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Project Development Agency PRODA Enugu to be charged with the board function of generating and catalyzing industrialization by carrying out industrial research from laboratory state to the pilot plant stage, and by rendering consultancy services to government, industries, and individuals aimed at facilitating the domestication and industrialization of technology for socio-economic advancement of Nigeria and for related matters. And in so doing, approved clauses 1 to 46, the schedule and the long title of the bill. Right, honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology Act, Cap N16 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology Act to provide for full-time and part-time courses of instructions and training for the general development of transport and logistics sector of the Nigerian economy and for related matters. And in so doing, approved clauses 18 and 20 and the long title of the bill. The Leader of the House, please can you move for the House to adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole?
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole and adopt them as working documents of the House. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do adopt report from the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the House, please can you move for the House to adjourn to tomorrow, 11 a.m.
With pleasure. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do adjourn plenary to tomorrow, Wednesday, 11 a.m. at this very same venue. I so move.
Minority Leader, but if you so desire to stay longer, the whole entire minority will be exempted from what you second. You may palace or Alema Adaki can stay back.
Mr. Speaker, if we stay back, somebody will also sit there to preside. So I second the motion that we do stand adjourned to tomorrow. So second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it, but the nay can remain with the minority leader to preside from that side.
Respond